Travis Scott Astroworld Festival event. The crowd began to compress towards the front of the stage.
Come on, help! Oh, we need somebody to help him. Somebody passed out right here.
What we know is 8 confirmed fatalities, several injuries.
That's okay with you real quick.
It felt like we was in a concert in hell. You couldn't breathe, you couldn't see. Like that was like some demonic shit.
So we need to talk about Astroworld because it looks like this is a festival from hell. Travis Scott was the main act and everyone's looking at him for answers. He is a 29-year-old rapper from Houston, Texas, and that's actually where Astroworld took place. He has a child with Kylie Jenner and another baby on the way. He's getting a bunch of heat right now because he threw a concert in Texas that resulted in a bunch of injuries and deaths.
8 confirmed fatalities, several injuries, and we're working on making sure that we provide all the information we can to the community.
So that lady said several injuries, and I'd like to define several injuries to you guys because it's way more than 2 or 3 or 4. TMZ is reporting that over 300 fans had to go to the hospital, and on top of that, supposedly 8 people died from a stampede, and 11 people went into cardiac arrest. So I've been to my fair share of concerts and festivals, and trust me, they're not always safe, but this situation that went down in Astroworld is unreal and unheard of. Unfortunately, you guys are going to see graphic images throughout this video. There are going to be some blurred, like this one, of a man who was completely passed out on the ground and people were trying to revive him with CPR. And then there are other images on social media of people who are just passed out in these little like EMT golf carts, and it doesn't even look like these people are alive. This was a tragic event, and there were a ton of red flags. For example, at 11 a.m., there were already a ton of people crowded outside the venue. The doors opened at 1 p.m., and this already became a dangerous situation. On top of that, the gates weren't really strong protecting the venue, so at one point, there was a huge stampede that broke over the gates and started trampling all over each other. These people were breaking into the venue without a ticket, and of course people are going to get hurt in a situation like this. It's so hard to watch that footage because all of those people are trying to break into the venue to see Travis Scott. They want to be lit and they want to turn up, and I'm sure some of those people were injured at the concert if they weren't hurt while they were trampling on top of each other to break in. And there's a reason why all of those people want to be at that festival, because Travis Scott is an extremely popular rapper. He has gone mainstream. He had that McDonald's meal at one point. He did a Fortnite concert. So he's been pushed onto us, especially our children. So I'm honestly not shocked to learn that there were children there, but I am devastated to hear that a 10-year-old lost their life. They need to do an investigation into that 10-year-old and how they lost their life. But unfortunately, that wasn't the only kid at the concert. And it looks like Texas Children's Hospital has received multiple patients from the incident at Astroworld. So I don't know who these kids' parents are. I don't know how these kids got into this concert. Maybe it's not 18 plus, but it is again so devastating to think that these kids now are at the hospital because they are injured and some have passed away. Maybe some of them were climbing over the gates to break in, but again, how are these young kids getting here? I want to stress to you guys that people go to festivals and they pass out all the time because it's hot and they're tired. Maybe they've done some drugs, and Whatever. So it's pretty normal for people to pass out at concerts. But what happened last night at Astroworld is not normal. And there's something else going on here. So TMZ is reporting that some people are claiming that there was someone in the crowd injecting random people with some type of drug. And then those people who were injected by the drug were just passing out and, having heart attacks. So a source connected to Astroworld told TMZ that someone in the crowd went crazy and began injecting people with some sort of drug, which caused panic and then a surge. The source says authorities are trying to determine if those that went into cardiac arrest are the ones who were injected. We're told one of those who died is a 10-year-old boy. So it looks like it could have been a targeted attack if someone had these drugs and just started injecting random people. Even if there was someone out in the crowd injecting people, I don't think that was the only problem with Astroworld. I mean, I think the whole thing itself is just evil. Like, it's just giving me evil energy. And there's actually one guy who talked about his experience at the concert, and he said it felt like demonic to him. So I'm going to play a little clip of what he has shared and what's gone viral.
It just felt like we was like literally like in hell, bro. Like, it felt like we was in a concert in hell. You couldn't breathe. You couldn't see. Like, just imagine all the people they're going to find tonight who was in that crowd, who nobody could see, who nobody could hear, who passed out, and everybody was just trampling on top of them the whole concert. Like, I'm thinking it's probably going to be like at least 100 people who dead tonight. Like, I kid you not. Like, in the VIP section, it was so many bodies laid out. People was getting pulled out who was fainted. And the medics were trying to give them CPR, and they was flipping them over, and like they was literally turning black and blue. Like, I never seen death in my life, bro. Just by me alone, it was probably like 10 people laid out dead. And like, once the medics tried to help them, they wasn't responding. They moved to the next person. It was nothing they could have do. Like, that was like some demonic shit. And what was so crazy, like, people were screaming help, trying to tell Travis Scott. They was like, help. The whole crowd was just going like, help, help, help. And he just kept going, bro. Like, he sacrificed so many people's lives tonight, like, for real.
There's no doubt in my mind that there was something evil going on at that concert, and I can't help but think, like, what if those people were like planned to pass away and he was just like, soaking up their life? I don't know. Just the conspiracy theorist inside of me is just like going off. But there was actually a nurse at the event, and if you're a doctor or a nurse and you're in a public situation and things are going down, a lot of times these people feel inclined to jump in because they know how to help. And one nurse actually did jump in, and I'm sure she saved lives. Here's her accounting, and I'm not going to read it verbatim, but pretty much she passed out at some point, and she actually was like, what's it called? When you take someone's body, like body surfed over to the EMTs, and she was getting some help. She woke up at that tent, and she started realizing the people around her weren't getting care, and they weren't being taken care of. And she saw some guy next to her, and he didn't look like he was doing too hot, so she checked his pulse, and of course, there was nothing there. Once she shares that she's a nurse, this guy's like, come and help us out. So then he takes her to a part in the crowd where there are 3 bodies just laying out in the crowd, and they're trying to perform CPR and get them back to life. And she's asking them for certain materials, like, where's this bag? Where are these, essential items that security or EMT would have? And they just didn't have them. So at this point, she's checking multiple pulses. She's not feeling a pulse, and she's trying to perform CPR to bring these people back together. And she said there was really no equipment or anything. They were not prepared, and they really had to wait until professionals came to have the equipment that they needed to put these people on stretchers and get them out of there to safety. Thank God that nurse was there, because those people needed backup. And these like EMT people, security guards or whatever, were dealing with people jumping onto their vehicles and dancing on top of their vehicles, and they couldn't go and help people if they wanted to. There was also another incident where someone was just like arguing with someone in the vehicle and just wouldn't let them by. So really no one could get like around to go and even help people if they wanted to go and help people. And that just shows you the type of energy that was at this concert, which was not good energy. I want to share another accounting with you guys. So this person, Sierra, attended the festival, and this is what she had to say. I truly thought if I fell, it would have been the end of me. I spent at least 15 minutes just getting pushed around due to mosh pits or simply because people were raging. I then saw a girl, probably 17 or 18, getting carried out of the crowd who was passed out already. I saw a kid, probably 14 or 15, who could not breathe. A girl who was probably 16 crying because she could not breathe. So these people could not breathe because they're also squished in. There's so many other people breathing. There's literally no oxygen at this point. So no wonder people are passing out. They're hot. Like, it just like makes me never want to go to a concert ever again. In total, I saw about 20 people who could not breathe getting out of the crowd, and then I saw one person in front of me having a seizure. So a lot of you guys are probably wondering, what the hell was Travis doing? So he was just on stage singing his songs and acting like nothing was going on, and there was one moment where he kind of like stopped and he was like, wait, what's going on here? And he started to like realize that there was, a vehicle in the crowd, and he's like, what's going on here? And he knew something was going on, but he continued with the show.
Order. 2 hands to the sky. 2 hands to the sky. 2 hands up, y'all. 2 hands up. Y'all know what y'all came to do. Chase me, let's go.
Then later on, there was another incident where he can tell something's going on, someone passed out. He even talks about it on the mic, and he's telling everyone to make some room. But after the guards get there and they grab the guy, he just continues performing, which some people just don't really like to see because it's really hard to watch someone like who looks like they're literally gone from this earth being dragged away, and he's just like singing along on the mic.
Slowly. We need somebody to help him. Somebody passed out right here. Somebody passed out right here. Hold on, don't touch him, don't touch him. Everybody just back up. Security, somebody help jump in real quick.
So some people online claim that maybe Travis just really had no idea. I mean, he had these headphones in, even though people were screaming at him to please stop the show. People were screaming for help. He just couldn't stop and couldn't hear them or whatever. I mean, I can't doubt that he didn't look out into the crowd and notice that there was something off, because he's performed a lot before. Like I said, I've seen him live before, and this did not happen. And it's bad when his own fans are trying to stop the show. People tried stopping the show by going up to the cameraman and trying to tell him to stop and to make everyone aware that this is going on, because people are literally dying. I'm going to play a couple clips. Here's one of a guy climbing up, I guess, on the cameraman's ladder, and people are telling him, no, no, no. And he's like, yes, that's someone's child out there. And it just breaks my heart.
Two hands to the sky. 2 hands to the sky. 2 hands up, y'all. 2 hands up.
And here's another video of a girl going up to that same cameraman and telling him to please stop the show because people aren't doing well.
If that's okay with you real quick. Chase me, let's do it.
So you guys are probably wondering what the hell is going to happen next, because this is not a good look for Travis or his entire team. Well, Travis has put out this statement and he claims that he's absolutely devastated, which I'm sure he is, because I can't imagine this happening at my show. I also can't imagine not stopping and making sure everyone's okay or figuring out what was going on. But if there was someone out in this crowd just injecting people and that's why people were passing away, then that's something that's kind of out of his control, and that person needs to be found. We've also got a basic statement from the Astroworld Fest. Of course, they canceled the second day because there was supposed to be a second day in hell. But yeah, they are apologetic to those families who have lost family members at this event. But it's hard for me to read these and take them seriously because I feel like it's so effed up what's happened here. And there's no replacing a person, Well, I'm sure you guys are wondering, who's responsible? Is it Travis Scott? I mean, are we going to see Travis Scott in jail? Well, I doubt that, because he's really not, I guess, responsible at the end of the day, especially because he's the talent, on the stage. He did what he was supposed to do. It's going to be the people behind the scenes. But wait, who's behind the scenes? Well, that face looks familiar. Do you guys recognize her? Because I recognize her as Lou M. Taylor, Britney Spears' former business manager and, whoa, Travis Scott's manager as well. And this woman has been getting dragged by TMZ recently, so it's interesting to see her getting wrapped up in this mess. And just to prove it to you guys, TriStar Sports and Entertainment Group works with Travis Scott Music, and they would have been the ones to pretty much throw this event and host this event. And I'm assuming that these people tried to cut costs, and that's why we had the result that you guys saw. I did try looking into the event myself and to see if maybe there were any gaps in their, FAQs or on their website, or maybe any more red flags, but it looks like it's just standard language for festivals. They claim that they had medical staff, there, and they had security there as well, but it seemed like they did not have enough, and the medical staff did not have the equipment they needed. There is no festival I've ever heard of 300 people being injured and a handful of people passing away. Like, I feel like, that Miami condo that passed away, like, are these more? I feel like more people passed away from this than that condo. I don't even really know, but it's just a large number of people. Like, this is kind of like a mass, like, I don't want to say killing, but like a mass injury situation. There is no doubt in my mind that there's going to be some type of legal battle, some type of lawsuit. I mean, these people went into this venue and did not know that they were going to be at risk of dying. I mean, you go into a festival or a concert and you understand the risks, but this whole situation was not one of them. And they were selling like water bottles for like $7 a pop, and like there was no access to water. These people were not treated correctly in this type of setting, and that's why so many people passed away, and we see such horrific footage all over Twitter. But I want to hear what you guys think in the comments below. Like, I'm just like, it like actually like ruined my day, to be honest. Like, I feel so bad for that family, and I just could not, I had to come home and film this and talk about it because I'm just honestly devastated that this has happened. It's a big blow for the music industry too, because it's like, wait, what? We need to reassess like what's really worth it, because I don't think that Travis Scott song was worth all of that. And honestly, my condolences go out to those family members, because nobody goes to a concert and has any inclination that this could happen to them. So these people are victims, and there needs to be justice, and that's why I think there's going to be a legal suit. But let's go ahead and open this PO Box package item. It's from Kreative Thoughtzz. I actually just picked this one up today. I know I have a huge fan, but I was like, you know what, I'm just going to open this one because it's like right here, and I just picked it up. So let's go ahead and see what they sent me. I'm going to list everything below, guys, but let's go ahead and see what's... Ooh, there's something written on it. There's got to be a note, right? A note somewhere? I would hope so. Where's the note? Okay, I don't see a note here. Maybe a note will like fall out of this thing. So let's see what's going on here. Okay, I'm gonna let you guys see it first. Okay, let's see. Oh, be kind. Oh, cute. It's like a big sweater, and it's from Kreative Thoughtzz, which is a brand. So I'm gonna list that below. But this is so cute. I wish there was a note here. I don't see a note inside the packaging. So thank you so much, Kreative Thoughtzz. I really appreciate this. Go and check out their shop below. This is such a cute sweater. It's just my size. And it says, be kind. And I love the colors. So, whoa, the lighting is really off now. But thank you so much, Kreative Thoughtzz. I really appreciate this. It's so cute. And I'll see you guys in a new video soon. Bye, guys.